And welcome back to another episode of Slay the Spire Road to Ascension. Last time we did fail to defeat Ascension 6 with the defect, and that is okay. We're moving on to the Watcher, my least played character, and actually the reason that I was delayed in recording and releasing an episode. I'm pretty bad with the Watcher, and I did not have Ascension unlocked, which makes it really difficult to do a Road to Ascension with her. So I had to do some runs to make sure that I was, but I had to unlock Ascension, and that took me quite a bit of time to figure her out and kind of get an understanding as to how she works and how I can succeed with her. And I ended up doing very, very well in in the run that did get me Ascension. So I have an idea of what I'm trying to do now. So, okay, Centennial Puzzle. We like drawing cards. This is not an amazing start to a Watcher run, just because there's not a lot of interaction before shops, which makes it difficult for me to remove cards. I've learned that the best thing you can do with the Watcher is basically get the deck as small as possible, and then just really commit to... Let's see here. I don't think this will kill him, and that'll deal too much damage. So I'm just gonna get him a little bit closer. The idea for the Watcher is you want to be switching between stances, like I am now. I've got access to Calm, and I have access to Wrath, which are both... They each have their own unique attribute, being when you enter Calm, nothing really happens. When you leave Calm, you gain 2 energy. And when you enter Wrath, you deal and take double damage. Like I'm about to now. I was trying to avoid taking the damage, but the deck just decided otherwise. I just needed one more strike and I would have been fine. So a lot of what the defect is all about is actually balancing your being in and out of Calm. So, or not in and out of Calm, in and out of your stances. So, like, if I were to do this, enter Vigilance, let's see here, do I have enough to win? Yes, I do. So, I gain that 2 energy back. I hit him twice, and then I always start a fight with a Miracle, which gives me 1 energy, which allows me to get my double damage in and defeat the Jawworm. So the idea is you really want to be able to strategize when you're entering and leaving your stances. And one of the best ways you can accommodate that is to have as small of a deck as possible. So you really want to make sure that you're being energy efficient and not having a crazy amount of cards bogging down your deck. So if I do this, I can then do this and defeat him in one shot, and that would be cool. The Watcher also uses a mechanic very commonly known as Retain, which is basically when you end your turn, instead of discarding a card, it will just sit there in your hand. So really, really good card to, or really, really good mechanic to take advantage of. Okay, we're here now. Wow, very violent first turn. Let's see, what can I do here? If I start with the block... No, if I start with Eruption, that would be 2, 3. I wouldn't be able to re-enter Vigilance. So I'd be threatened by a lot. I'd be able to take out 2 of the attackers. Maybe 3. I think that's better. So if I do this, defeat that guy. Do this, defeat that guy. Use this, and then do 14 damage to him. I can now discard by scrying, and I'll draw my Crescendo. And now I'm only taking 10, as opposed to what I was being threatened by. I would have rather taken 0, but here we are. 10 damage here, discard both of these, and then the 9 damage here. We're good. So this is basically what it looks like to do... This is basically what it looks like to do Watcher runs. You want powerful cards that deal a lot of damage, you want a good draw engine, and you want to make, you want the deck to stay small. Like right now I have 81 gold, that's enough for me to afford, no it's not, I thought it was enough for me. I thought this was going to be 75 for some reason. Tough choice. I could get myself some more energy, random colorless, or one more. I think I'm going to do one more means of leaving Wrath and then going into a Burning Elite. Not actually what I was trying to do, but it's what I've got. Enter Calm, and then start focusing on this guy. I'll get rid of both defends. My intention is to kill them next turn. Or kill one of them next turn. Which looks like is going to be possible. Okay. So the first thing I do is I crescendo, giving me energy. I will carve reality, which will add a smite to my hand, dealing 24 damage, which is big damage. I can attack this one. Get rid of the defend so that I can draw that dazed and get it out of my deck. And then enter tranquility so that I'm not taking double damage. Okay, you know, not amazing, but workable. So now I can enter Wrath again, and then deal double damage, and then block again, and then block. And that's the whole point. That's kind of what we're doing, is we're dancing in and out of our Wrath for the sake of dealing as much damage as possible, and then leaving it so that we don't take as much damage as possible. Discard both of these. Deal more damage. He's not attacking this turn, so I don't need to worry about it. And Carve Reality will deal 18. That's a shame. So I'm taking 6 more. See, I'd be a lot more worried about taking this damage. I don't want to be taking this damage, but having the Fairy in the bottle is helping me feel a little bit better. Okay. So now if I have Mantra is how you enter into the third unique stance, which is Divinity. If you gain 10 Mantra, you enter Divinity. Divinity is an incredibly powerful. It's an incredibly powerful stance where you gain 3 energy just for entering Divinity, and then you deal 3 times as much damage while you're in Divinity, as opposed to twice as much damage in Wrath. I'm going to lose the gold to gain this relic. Ooh, Bag of Marbles is going to be helpful. I think I rest here, much as I don't want to. I'd rather get as many upgrades as I can, but I was really low health. Wow, these guys are very aggressive today. I think I should be fine, though. I think I'll be okay, because I can deal 13 damage to any of them, so I'll get rid of this guy. And then 12 damage to this guy. And then I can Carve Reality, and we're good. That was fine. I think I only need 1. I'll take 2 Cut Through Fates, and then I'm going to try to clear out my deck more. But having control of the deck flow is going to be really, really good. I will Erupt. I will Cut Through Fate. Discard both of these in hopes of finding a leaving. There we go. Very good. And then we're good. So I'm taking 5 here, drawing 3 cards. Entering Wrath, and they won't survive the turn. Very cool. So the idea for the Watcher is you want to thin the deck so that you can just kind of do the same thing over and over again with high efficiency. So, for example, man, I need to find more block is what I really need. Inner Peace. There we go. Better than nothing. You really want to be doing the same thing. You want to find what you're trying to do and then do it. So, like, I'm going to enter Wrath here, deal a bunch of damage, discard both of these actually because I'm gonna draw it anyway. Get rid of that. Keep the Inner Peace. Carve Reality and then Smite. And then next turn I'll be able to defeat him. And the idea is you want to be doing turns like that when you know you can get away with it. So knowing what your opponents are going to do is helpful. Part of me is wondering if I want to take Wallop for some block, but I'd rather find... There's a few tricks that you can use to get better block. What would this become? 10 damage, still creating a regular smite. I think I'd rather hit the crescendo or the tranquility. Probably the crescendo. Probably tranquility, actually. Both of those do the exact same thing. You enter a stance, and then it costs 0 upgraded. So, like, this is just free. So I can do this. I don't need those right now. I'm going to carve reality, hit him with a smite, and we're good. Okay. So he's attacking this turn, and there's not a lot that I'm gonna gain by hitting him. So I'm gonna let him do his thing here. He's threatening for 16. I can block most of that. I can block all of that, actually, by doing this. Empty the hand a little bit. There we go. I'm blocking all of it. And now I can enter Wrath like this, dealing the damage, making sure I keep the damage rolling like this. And then I cannot enter Vigilance again this turn, so I hopefully will So if I gain the block first, cut through Fate, do this, and that's fine. Luckily this retains, so if I can't use it the turn I want to, that's fine. I can only hit him 3 times before dying. Or I hit him once, and then I really bunker down, I think. So I'm gonna trigger the Fairy in a Bottle. I really need to improve my defenses. They're not doing well enough. Do this, discard that, do one more, discard that, enter Vigilance, and that's fine. So now it's a race of damage. If I can get 2 more... Okay, this is going to be helpful. If I can get 2 more turns, I'm probably going to win. Because once I enter Divinity... So next turn, if I survive this turn, I'm going to be a real problem for him. So I think that's going to be my goal. Is just make it to Divinity. And now that I'm in Divinity, I'm going to do silly amounts of damage. So let's see here. 21. I need to draw a block card really badly. Like this. I will block. I will do this. And then I will defeat him. Excellent. That was a little closer than I would have liked. But the whole point is just get there. I like Mantra, I like Divinity, but I have to admit I am a little worried. It's slow. It can be really slow because you need to wait for that turn, you know? Like you need to wait, like how I slowly against the boss finally hit Divinity. I kind of want to be finishing these fights in like 1 to 2 turns. So let's see, can I hit multiple shops this act? Yes, I can. Okay. That's always going to be the goal. I want the deck as small as possible. And I need more block. Okay, so Devotion. I'm curious what that is when it's upgraded. And then I guess I'll just try to hit one of these guys for a little bit of damage. I didn't want to enter Wrath because this guy would then be dealing me... He's dealing me 5 as it is. I don't want to be taking more. Okay, let's see what we can do here. So if I Tranquility, and then I Crescendo, now I have that extra energy. That net me an energy. Get rid of that. And then just kill him. And then defend. Do this. Defend some more. Man, I'm taking a lot of damage. My block is not nearly what it should be. Okay, so that's 10, and that's... Okay, I can knock one of them out. I can... Actually, I can do this, and problem solved. I'll take care of both of them. Knock this one out of the sky, and then defend twice, and take no damage. Now I'm in Divinity. So that's going to really change how things go here. Because I can do this, and then I can do this. I will confirm and keep that, and there we go. Problem solved. So I don't want more. If anything, I only want more block right now. Deceive Reality might be a good idea, but I'm not sure. Adds it to my hand, so yeah, I'll Deceive Reality there. Okay. So I'm going to Deceive and Carve. So now I have them whenever I want them. And I'm going to end my turn here. This is actually pretty nice, having them both. Okay. I think I actually win this fight. I think I have enough damage here. Because if I enter Wrath, and then I 24, 1, 2, 3. Suppose I don't. Okay, that's fine. That's why we had the block that we did. So I was one attack short. The mental math is difficult sometimes. Part of me is wondering if I want the empty stance. No. Okay. Card removal. And do I have anything good for blocking? Vajra would be nice. I don't want to thicken the deck more. I really think I want the card removal here. Fear No Evil is also really good because it'll allow me to potentially... I think I'll do that actually, a Fear No Evil and then a removal. Get rid of a strike. If I make my defense more common, then that might help me as well. And then as long as I stick to the left half of the map, we're fine. Okay, so I'm going to Erupt. Do this, just so I have that available. I will discard both of these. I'm already in. Okay, that's one of them down. So the idea is cards like Fear No Evil. If you can if you leave Vigilant, or if you leave your Calm, you'll gain 2 energy. So as long as you're able to enter and leave Calm with 2 or less energy, using 2 or less energy, then you can actually make infinite combos very, very easily with the Watcher. So it's one of those things where if you're paying close enough attention, you can actually do some really crazy things. Man, I am still not doing as well as I would hope, being 100% honest. Let's see if I do Carve Reality, then I deal Smite, do this, search for an attack, and there we go. I'm not doing bad, but I'm not doing well either. Perhaps, no, I don't. No, I think I've got everything I need. Now I need to make the deck thinner. I'm happy to gain 100 gold for that future shop. I will... What am I doing here? I think this is better. I want more removals, and the best way to get that... What do you do? 3 mantra instead of 2. 7 block. That 7 block is actually kind of nice. I'm going to do this so that way it's free. And then go this way. So if I crescendo for free, I can get rid of this guy immediately. I do this, get rid of that. Now I can leave it. I can gain some defense, and then exhaust this to gain more defense and take no damage. I think that was fine. Do this, defend, hit the guy just to hit the guy. There we go. I can't defend more than the 5 I'm doing, unfortunately. But my vulnerable is now gone, so that's going to help me a lot. Okay. So things like what I'm about to do here. I enter Eruption, and that gained me 2 energy. And if I hit him with Fear No Evil, that will gain me, or that will return me to Calm. So being able to do things like cycle through your deck and get the cards you're looking for are very, very helpful. But I think what I'm going to do here is actually just bunker down a little bit. I probably should have played the 2 defends, actually. That would have dealt me less damage to do it that way. And now I can Erupt, and I don't think he survives this turn. Because I can Carve Reality, and then, yeah. My damage is enough. I have enough damage. I need to be doing better block. Which maybe Protect wouldn't be bad. Yeah, I'm going to do a Protect. I need more damage. That's really helpful. Or not more damage, I need more block. Okay. So, I can either do another removal, or I could get another Fairy in a Bottle, give me a 3rd life. I'd rather clear out more of this. And hopefully make enough money before this shop to get a 3rd removal. Eternal Feather is going to help me a lot, actually. Remove a card, also amazing. So now I'm going to remove a... Let's see. I think I'm still removing strikes. And now I gain free HP. I'm going to rest. Now I just need to go straight here. Grateful to have the insect where it was. Okay. So, I would love to enter Wrath, but that's going to deal me more damage than it's going to help me. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to block and then do this. And then next turn I have Wrath available. And a way to leave Wrath. I think that was the right thing to do. So now I can deal a bunch of damage. I'm going to... No, I don't need the Tranquility. So I will Cut Through Fate. I don't need these 2. And then I will do this. Gain. And then he's threatening me for 21. I've done nothing to gain block, like an idiot. That's the problem. So whenever I've done this before, I've had cards that say, oh, entering and leaving the stance will give you defense, or doing this will give you defense. So I'm so used to thinking about defending passively that I'm not thinking about the fact I need to actively be defending here. And that's my fault entirely. Also, that was a really unfortunate setup or that was a really unfortunate draw. So now I do this, and then I do this. And that's what I got. Okay. And then... Goodbye. Orichalcum is helpful. Like Water is going to be good, giving me passive block. That's the kind of thing I was referring to. I should have gone the other way. I don't have enough gold for the shop. Oh well. Going to enter Defending, play this, and defend some more. So that way I'm not taking damage from this guy. Let's see what I can do now. If I Crescendo, Cut Through Fate, get rid of the Defend, deal some damage. He's only threatening for 14, so I think I actually can defend that and stay in... I want to stay in Wrath for now. Okay. Just like Water. So now when I end my turn in Calm, I will gain some passive block. Get rid of that. Get rid of him. That's going to give me passive block. And then safety. And now I'm not taking any damage. And now I'm in Divinity. Really good, really bad turn not to have any attacks. That's a mighty shame. Because I think the third card's a Dazed as well. No, it's not. It's not an attack, though. That's fine. We work with what we get. So I'll deal as much damage as I can. And then enter Vigilance. And then defend a bunch. And then end my turn, and I'll get the remaining few that I need. That was still good damage, just not enough. Okay, now that I've gotten rid of all my attacks, all I have are defenses, and that's not helping me here. That's okay. We'll get there. I'm blocking for enough, which is good, even with the situation I'm in. So if I cut through Fate, get rid of these two. No, just get rid of the regular defend. And then I cut through Fate. Get rid of the Dazed so that I can draw my Eruption. I have nothing to gain from this. Well, nothing to lose either. Deal some more damage. Gain the block that I need. And then leave. So now I'm blocking for enough. So I guess that was worth it, just to give me the energy I needed. There are my attacks. Deal some damage. Deal some damage. Deal some damage. It's nice to have 11 passive block. There we go. Problem solved. And that's the wrath of having not enough attacks, too many defends. Oh, I wish I had this so badly. This would solve all of my problems. But I can't, so I'm thinking maybe a dexterity potion here. And then I gain some life. I'm going to... Is there anything in here I really, really need to upgrade? No, not really. I'm going to rest here so that I can get healthy for this guy. Excellent turn 1. Dealing plenty of damage. Get rid of both defends. See if I can draw more damage. Good. Discard this. Deal this. Do this. Really strong opening turn there. And then I also filtered through my deck quite a bit, so hopefully that means I'll draw into, yes, a way of leaving Wrath when I'm done here. So I'm going to want to get rid of these guys as fast as I can. Just because they like to steal things that I need. So leave. I think this is actually a great time to use this. I think I'm going to use both because I want my defenses higher. So if I deceive reality and then defend, I have plenty of defenses for next turn. Stealing my attacks is not what I want you to be doing. Those are very important attacks for me to have, and I will thank you to return them immediately. Get rid of the cut through the Fate. Got to kill this guy as fast as possible. There we go. This guy is threatening to attack me, which means I can enter Calm. And then I can defend all the damage. So this is going to be kind of the cycle here. So if I do this, deal as much damage as I can, get rid of anything that's not going to take me out of... That's what I want right there. So now I get rid of him, and then I defend, and that's not too bad. 22, I'm taking 7. But I got rid of both of his minions, which is great. I'm now in Divinity, which is also great. So now I can deal a boatload of damage. No, actually, I want Carve Reality. I don't want Cut Through Fate, because I'll be drawing another one in a second. So much damage. Oh, this is the way to go. Now we're cooking. Cut Through Fate. Get rid of the defend. Cut Through Fate. Get rid of the defend. This is what I want to be doing. I want to be cycling through my deck, doing exactly what I'm trying, whatever it is I'm trying to do. This is how I want it to work. Boatload of damage. That was awesome. That's the kind of turn I want to be taking. Now I just need to make sure I do enough damage to finish the job, which, because I am in Wrath, I'm pretty confident I can do. So that's the kind of turn I want to be taking. Get another Blessing of the Forge. What are you when you're upgraded? Free. Okay, I'm willing to take that. So I have enough energy, I think. I think I'd rather gain the relics at this point, because I've been skipping a lot of elites. Okay. Kunai's both... Okay, yeah, no, that's all very helpful. Okay. And now we're fighting the Time Eater. I don't remember how much it is to do a removal, but I'm also seeing so many question marks here. So I think I take the question marks and then go to that later shop. Hopefully I can remove a bunch of cards, because 19's way too many. So I'm going to get to enter Calm for free. Do this, defend some more. That's not bad. Okay. So... Eruption. Then I carve reality, deal a bunch, do this. Leave Wrath, and that's fine. Yeah, that's actually perfectly enough. Cool. And then I crescendo, deal my damage, get rid of the defend, I'm not going to need it. Deal my damage, deal my damage. That's the kind of... That is... Oh, this is what I want right here. Mental Fortress. That was the card I was thinking of. None of these are great for me. Well, hang on. Is there anything I want to be constantly costing 0? Probably a Fear No. Yeah, actually, I'm okay with Madness. They exhaust themselves. I don't want to duplicate a card, though. Well, yes, I do. I keep talking about how nice it would be to... thin the deck, and then I just added 3 cards to it. I understand the irony in those decisions, but it's okay. I have a plan, and I hope it works. Add a random skill. Ooh, Vault. I'll take a Vault. I will take an extra turn after this one. Okay. This helps a lot. So, playing cards like Vault, he should have ticked down by 1, but he didn't, because a lot of their abilities trigger at the beginning of their turn, which they didn't get, which is really, really nice. That also gives me the opportunity to do things like this, where I can clear that out, get rid of the Cut Through Fate, play the other Mental Fortress. I think I focus on defending this turn. And I'm going to play this just to get it out of my hand. Alright. So here's the plan. I'm going to defend, Master Reality, Madness, because now this is free. And I'm going to keep the other Madness. Alright, next turn I enter into Divinity. And I have no reason to be in Wrath this turn. And because I'm leaving Divinity, or because I'm entering Divinity, I gain 3, and because I'm leaving Calm, I'm gaining 2. So that was really cool. I'm going to play my blocks first, and now it's time to try to get rid of these guys. I probably should have done that in a different order, but that's okay. I'll be fine. There we go. Nice little bit of lag. And then we do this, deal a bunch of damage, and then just block because I have the energy to do it. Cool. So now I need to block first, deal some damage. Oh, that was the first damage I took, so that was me drawing 3. I will confirm the Cut Through Fate. I don't know what Madness is going to pick, but I don't think there's a wrong option here. Protect is free, so I'm going to do that. And then Cut Through Fate is free, so I'm going to do that. And then his spikes are 7. I'm going to do this so that I have a block for next turn. Okay, so I can protect and play safety, blocking for 30, which is amazing. I can erupt and then finish him off. One more like water will be fine. Fight this guy, absolutely. Play these as fast as I can. Enter into Calm. Play this and this. What am I upgrading? Eruption is fine. I'm also, thanks to Incense Burner, I'm invulnerable this turn, so it doesn't matter. They can't double the damage. I don't need either of these. Give me another attack. Nice. I don't need the madness. Give me the attack. And there we go. So he's not attacking me this turn anyway. So now, let's see here. I can like water, protect, and now I can play my attacks like this. And then I'm going to end my turn and gain a bunch of defense. So now I'm defending for plenty. And now we do this. I would rather the Carve Reality. I'm going to block and then attack and attack. And then enter Tranquility. And then block for enough because of... I think this is a good build. This is going to do me fine. I need turns to get it set up, which is a bit of a problem, but generally speaking, it's fine. So now I can attack him. Discard that. Draw the Madness. There's not a wrong option here. Vigilance is a great option. Then I will Fear No Evil. Block some more. Hold on to that. And then have another one to hold on to. And I'm blocking for enough. And I don't think he survives this turn. Maybe. I haven't drawn a bunch of attacks, so maybe. There we go. That'll do it. Carve Reality. Hit him really hard. And then hit him even harder. Cool. I like raising my max HP. I mean, early on, I was worried I wasn't going to... Flurry of Blows might be nice. I'm not sure. I'm really not sure. No, not against the Time Eater. I feel like that would just waste my time. Nope, no pun intended. Okay. What can I upgrade here? I think I upgrade Master Reality so that it becomes free. I think you three are fine as you are. Yeah. I'd rather Master Reality upgraded. Having a free power, I think, is better. And I definitely have enough gold for another card removal. So if I do this and this... If I drew into a monkey's paw, I would also be really, really happy. No fear evil yet. Do that. Just trying to get rid of this guy. That's fine. Doesn't matter which one I draw. Okay. Very good. Master Reality and Like Water are both active, and there's nothing for me to do here. Oh, I'll enter Crescendo, mostly because, 1, didn't draw a source of block. 2, I'm intangible this turn. Okay. So now the damage comes. So what we do is we Carve Reality, we Smite, we Tranquility, I think, and then Protect. Because then I'm going to gain a bunch. So now instead of 22, I'm taking very little. There's Like Water. Okay, excellent. Both of these are great to see. Madness, making Vigilance free. I'm a big fan of that. What am I doing? Let's deal some real damage. Get rid of him. I don't have enough block here. That's fine. Oh, both of these are free. I think I'm just going to bite the bullet and take a little bit of damage here. If I draw that for next turn, then maybe I think this is better. I think I'd rather this, because now I can defend... No, this is better, because I can defend for more by doing it that way. For the same amount of energy. And then it doesn't matter which one I draw. I'll take a little bit of damage here, but that's fine. Gain an attack potion. I don't want more attacks. Time to find an elite. Okay. I think this turn there's nothing for me to do. He's intangible this turn. But that also gives me the opportunity to kind of prepare myself. So I'm going to do that. Perfect. I like both of those. I'll prepare this. Hit him again. I think that's fine. Adding burns. Oh, I'm intangible too. I'm intangible this turn and he's not. How's that? All right. So let's do this. If I Fear No Evil him, and then I crescendo, I gain energy, deal more damage. I don't want the madness right now. And then I deal more damage, and then I deal more damage. And then I tranquility. And I'm good. Cool. Really good turn for me to enter Divinity next turn. I'm going to do this. Deceive. Okay, I'm very okay with that being the card that is free. I'm not going to defend next turn, so getting rid of those is fine. So hopefully I can enter... Oh, I entered a Divinity here. And he's not going to survive this turn. Because I'm going to be doing silly things like this. There we go. That was a very good... That was a very, very good elite fight. So now I go here. Not likely I won't be playing attacks, but it's possible. What do we have here? Add 5 cards to my deck? No. Drawing 2 more cards would be nice, but not at the cost of this. I think now I'm going to get rid of basic defense for what I can. I'm going to Smith. Time to start upgrading things. I'm going to upgrade Madnesses because they're going to make other cards free. Another Elite. Not a lot of good options here. I think it's just going to be Bunker Down. Okay. So going wide is a bit of an issue that I have. So let's see what we can do about it. Crescendo. Get rid of you. Doesn't matter which one I draw. They do the same thing. Get rid of you. Does matter which one I draw. Get rid of you. Just kidding. Get rid of you. And then Fear No Evil. And then protect myself. I think if I do this, I'm going to do this. And then I'll be able to protect myself for enough, I think. No, but I'd rather only take the 5. Okay. I'm going to play the Madness. I don't care what it hits. Eruption is a fine option. There's a like water. There's both of them, actually. Eruption. Attack. And stop there, because I can enter Tranquility whenever I want. I am intangible this turn and divine. And have nothing to show for it. All my attacks are still in there. That's a right shame, that. Okay. I'm already blocking for enough. So I'm just going to stop there. The wounds are a little annoying. Well, I did gain the extra energy, which is nice. Okay. So now I'm going to get rid of this guy. If I'm able to. I'm not. And then defend some more. And that's fine. Okay. So now, what does Madness hit? There's no wrong answer. I was going to say as long as it's not safety. I can get rid of this guy. Get rid of the Cut Through Fate. Play the safety. It's bogging down my hand a little too much. Okay. Next turn I enter Divinity. This turn I get rid of the daggers. I don't need to defend much. I'm going to Carve Reality. Deal a bunch of damage. Deal a bunch of damage. And then leave that. And then I'll block for enough. Awesome. And now I'm in Divinity, so all of my damage is going to be silly. Like this. Well, that's a shame. That's fine. I'll deal damage. I'll prepare for my defenses next turn. If I need them, which I don't. Good. It's amazing how few attacks I have. I've been so focused on defending. Lizard Tail, really, really helpful here. So I did get my third defense anyway. I'm tempted to take another Cut Through Fate just because I don't have enough attacks. I think I'm going to take one. And now I smith. I'm going to upgrade the other madness. Okay. If I get through this guy okay, then I'll be really good. Master Reality, Eruption, Cut Through Fate. I'm not trying to block this turn. Cut Through Fate. I'm going to get rid of this because then Madness cannot whiff. It's just going to be, yes, that's amazing. Okay, very cool. I'm very okay with that. Mental Fortress, like water, Mental Fortress. Do this, and then block for 9. Now I'm blocking for 26. Okay. There's the devotion bit. Now I, like water, crescendo, carve reality, deal a bunch of damage, defend, defend. I make fear no evil free, and I'm pretty okay with that. All right. I also drew into a tranquility at a really good time. I want the carve reality, but I think this is a smarter idea. Because now I can do this, and then do this, and I'm blocking for enough. And now I erupt, damage. I don't need the vigilance this turn. Damage, don't need the defend. Damage, still don't need the vigilance or the defend. Do this, and then prepare for next turn. Alright. So now I do this, I do this, I do this. I think the cut through fates are really doing me favors here. Block potion, love to see it. Rush down, I wanted that really badly. Now I'm going to be drawing like crazy, which is really good. And I think at this point, what I want is better block or more power. Both are actually... Maybe to enter mantra more often. Because this guy is going to take me a minute, I think. Okay. So, really grateful that this fell the way it did. Giving me a chance to block and set up. I'm still just trying to set up here. I'm blocking for 12. Oh, I'm already doing enough. Yeah, no, that's fine. So that way I can play 5 cards next turn. Like this. And then make carve reality free. I would love to, but I can't. How much am I blocking for? 12. There, now I'm blocking for enough. And next turn I enter into Divinity. And I can only play 3 cards. Better make them count. And I think I did, because I'm going to do that. And then I'm going to do this, and then this, which is going to give me a bunch of block. Cool. So I'm going to crescendo here. Cut through fate. I do want the master reality here. Cut through fate again. Get rid of the ring, or the bell. Hit him one more time. Enter calm. And then if I defend twice here, I think the madness has a better chance of... Yeah, I'm very okay with that being the thing that costs 0. That was a pretty good turn. I can only play 3 cards this turn. And I entered Divinity, so I better make them count. He's starting me for 30. So I think what I do is I deal a boatload and then block again. There we go. Blocking all of it. And now this is great. Because now I can go crazy. Dealing as much damage as I'd like. holding on to this. Carve Reality. Damage. All the damage. Damage everywhere. Fun for the whole family. So now I enter Calm, and then I leave Calm, and I just do that again. This is an infinite combo, I think. If not, it's pretty darn close. It's not an infinite combo, but it's pretty darn close. And now he's going to have to spend this turn healing, which I might try to take advantage of just to outright kill him in time, hopefully. Get rid of that. Deal the damage. Get rid of that. Deal the damage. Deal the damage. Give me something good. We take it. That'll do it. Awesome. All right. Well, I have officially learned how to play the Watcher, kind of. Well enough at least to beat Ascension 1. So thank you everybody so much for watching. I will see you all in the next episode, and I hopefully will not have more delays in between. So thank you for your patience, and hopefully the Watcher is going to take us far. Bye-bye.